Hello guys, to yet another video. This is the Storyteller, and today we are not reviewing movies. Today it's a cringe video. The cringe video is supposed to be informative about some of the cultural stupidities going on uh, in the entertainment industry. Star Wars. Star Wars was made by George Lucas. He was inspired by Star Trek and Star from Roddenberry's project, and it goes way down in the 70s, and it has a lot of what should I say, a little bit of Nazism and political narratives, but still it is against fascism. Fascism is basically an authoritarian rule, and that's what it was about. Now, in in today's climate, in today's political climate, heavily political climate, some people, or should I say, some social justice warriors and feminists have taken this whole thing up. They are being owned by Disney. Disney is basically a company which is completely full of princess movies. Now, princess, people think that princess is just some woman who is sitting on a throne. But no, princess is basically any woman who is being completely protected by men, and that's what these people really are. These are basically people who are protecting women in a way that they are they feel that they are princesses. That's what every Disney movie has become today. If you look at Force Awakens was a scene by scene copy of A New Hope, which was pushing a feminist agenda and racial dialogue, and a lot of people realized it and spoke against it, but they didn't believe that something was going on. The new Star Wars movies have no originality. It is completely progressive politics. Same with Captain Marvel and the coming up Avengers movies. Kathleen Kennedy is some woman who's been given the helm of the Star Wars movies, and she is promoting her feminist dialogue in everything she can make. Uh, you must have seen the famous photo of her of Forces Female when when she was hired for the Star Wars project. She saw most of the people in the fan base were male. She actually tells this in an interview. She wanted more women on her uh, Star Wars fan base, and that's what she really tried to accomplish with her all her political narratives that were indicated. They created a Mary Sue character. A Mary Sue character is basically a character uh, which is completely perfect, and that was called Ray. Mary Sue characters are such characters which gain everything but do not lose anything. They never lose battles. They are completely inexperienced, but it is told that they have some kind of super ability from inside that they can win every fight. In Mary Sue worlds, women are never weak. They can never be sexually assaulted, and if they somehow get sexually assaulted, they always come back strong. They can't be saved by male heroes. Instead, they will always save all male heroes. That's the exact thing what happened in Star Wars. The Mary Sue character Rey is always saving the male characters. The male characters are not saving her. You must have seen that. And then it is the same with the Rose Tico character. Was also shown to have saved Finn when Finn was gonna die. Yes, he was gonna die, but he was gonna win a huge battle with the other side. But when Rose Tico saves her, saves him, she completely takes his judgment. He completely steals his moment of bravery, and for that she is being held as a great hero. And in the Last Jedi, you would also see that at the end, Rey saves all the rebel army. The rest of the rebel army that is about to be killed. So basically, I'm just saying that the Marisu characters are completely taking over Star Wars, and now it is in every movie that the progressive leftist Disney movies are making, and they're pushing feminism to the forefront of every movie. We saw what happened with the Ghostbusters. I mean, I haven't even seen that movie. Who watches that movie, man? I don't know. And the people who have seen that movie, they're telling that the Thor guy was being used as a male gaze thing, and then there is also Ocean's 8. I don't know what happened with Ocean's 8. It probably flopped, and nobody even talked about it. Come on, man. Nobody talked about an Ocean's movie. That's just so cringy and so much trash. Now, Captain Marvel is being promoted around the globe now. Now, in the Marvel comics, Captain Marvel was actually a sexy character wearing a swimwear from the 60s, but there was a bitch named Kelly Sue DeConnick who's nothing but a loony bin feminist. She was called in 2014 when Marvel exec known as Sana Amanat held the most powerful position in the company, and she ruined it all. She turned the sexy Captain Marvel into a crazy ass feminist. Yeah, the Marvel Comics is now a feminist bitch of Sana Amanat. Everyone who ever works at Marvel is now working by her command. Their most editors are now female. Trust me, they are all female, and they probably tell all the artists to draw women in exactly their dimensions, never to have big boobs, never to have big hips, so that they all look like an underdeveloped girl and never sexy and never very appealing to men crowd, so that they can completely destroy the male fan base of Marvel Comics. Marvel Comics now aren't for men anymore. They are completely feminized, and it's just not worth it. If you look at the promos of Captain Marvel, you'd see they're all about promoting the political narrative. All of DC Marvel has been filled with misandrist ideologues who make stories only to show how men are bad. Recently, 4chan on 4chan I saw some images coming up from a DC comic in which really Harley Quinn was fighting a guy with a T-shirt having written MRA. Why is Harley Quinn fighting an MRA? I mean, MRA is a men's rights activist. If your character is fighting an MRA in a comic book that's whose fan base is mostly male, then you are basically saying that men have no rights. Men have no rights to actually fight the accusations that they're being pulled upon. Men have no rights to go against the suicide mania that's going on. They are misandrists. The whole comic book industry has become a fully fledged place of misandrists. Brie Larson recently, after the death of Stan Lee, actually put a photo where she was basically endorsing her fashion sense. Seriously, endorsing her fashion sense. She held up an alcoholic beverage in one hand and took a photo from beneath her shoes. She is completely endorsing her fashion sense. She's probably been given some money from by some fashion magazine, and she's doing this. The whole Twitter, it just lit up against her, and rightly so. Recently, Larson also pushed for activism in her role. She is really telling people that there will be activism in Captain Marvel. I say we should avoid it. Nobody should watch a movie with misandrist and such a role. I mean, there's politics filled up in that movie, and she also wants no criticism from white men. White men. She directly said she wants no criticism from white men. Man, how is that not racist and sexist? That's racist and sexist as well. This whole fiasco is being fueled by Me Too as well. Yeah, Me Too. Men all over the world are being fired without any proof. As soon as some loony bin girl goes out on Twitter and accuses them, Me Too is nothing but a witch hunt that's fueling the feminist agenda in Hollywood. I don't want to watch MCU movies. I've mostly been a critical movie fan, and I'll remain that. Political stands in fiction are just nothing but propaganda, and I'll never support it. And probably you shouldn't support them too. But, well, I can't say which movie you have to watch, but I'll completely avoid Captain Marvel, and I want that these people learn from their mistakes and don't just keep pushing this misandrist feminazi agenda. Okay, this is the storyteller, and well, maybe there will be more cringe videos lately, but I'll try to keep things to the ground. Do like and subscribe. Tell me what you feel about Captain Marvel and this feminist agenda. We'll be back with more reviews. Thanks.